What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here. Welcome you back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. Today we had a trailer go live on the Pokemon channel. If you missed it, I'll leave the link in the description. Definitely go watch it. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the new Pokemon that were revealed in this trailer. We're going to have another video up today talking about the other stuff that's in the trailer. Decided to break this one down into two videos. Now, normally you see my room, you see some stuff going on, but today I wanted to go to the horse's mouth because I feel like if you don't go to the horse's mouth, you don't get the kibble. You know what I mean? So we're going to go straight to Pokemon.com. Pokemon.com today. And bam! A mysterious presence threatens Alola. That's not what we're talking about today. But look at this. Can we really quickly... We see Dark Rattata, Dark Raticate, which was revealed today, our new dragon type whose name slips my mind, and type Null, standing next to who's actually the Team Skull enforcer was the word they used for this character. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click this, and I've purposely not been on the website yet. So I have not been on the website yet. We're not gonna be going over new Pokemon were just that's not it. We're not going over the Aether Foundation in this video. In the next video we will meet more new Pokemon. You guys can see the 4 that are here. Now, obviously Rattata we haven't discussed yet on the channel, but Alolan Rattata, just so you guys know a little bit of backstory in case you didn't, Alolan Rattata basically became a dark normal type. It had dark added to its normal type because it was being hunted down by young Goose. So dark, just the PSA, dark in the Japanese or in the original, like where the game comes from, is evil. It's not like dark like nighttime. It's actually evil. So these rats became more evil, which, you know, Rattata always was kind of a menacing little rat, but now it actually has the dark typing. But the only reason why I even say that is because today, Puffy Dark Alolan Raticate was revealed. Look at this man's cheeks. This is Sandy Cheeks' husband, period. You know the episode of SpongeBob when Sandy Cheeks goes into hibernation and freaking just this is Sandy Cheeks. This is literally my female Alolan Raticates are Sandy Cheeks. I want like hibernation Sandy Cheeks, too long of a nickname, but literally has the same cheeks. Let's go ahead and read through the actual description of this Pokemon, just so you guys know, because I didn't mention it with Raticate. This Rattata, this Pokemon still has Gluttony and Hustle, just like Alolan Rattata does. So Hustle's interesting because, you know, Delibird has it, and I feel your pain, Raticate. Because urban areas are their main habitat, their diet is higher in calories than ordinary Raticate. As a result, they have become hefty. Alolan Raticate prefers to eat only fresh fruits and high-class ingredients, yet it's become hefty. There are rumors that a certain top-notch restaurant takes advantage of Alolan Raticate's taste buds by bringing it along when choosing ingredients to buy and having it taste new dishes or test new dishes. Alolan Raticate continually stockpile huge amounts of food in their nests. I was really hoping that said Cheeks. They mostly prefer to send out Alolan Rattata to gather food while they themselves stay home in their nests and just eat. Alolan Raticate is the totem Pokemon of the trial that takes place in Verdant Cavern or Melee Island in Pokemon Moon. It summons Rattata to help it confront those who take on the trial. Now, we're going to talk more about this in the next video, but like it's saying, only in Pokemon Moon, in Verdant Cave on Melee Island, which I believe Melee Island is the first island, Gumshoes appears as the Pokemon in Pokemon Sun. So Gumshoes for Sun, Raticate's for Moon, really cool stuff. We'll talk more about that in the next video for sure. I just wanted to go over Pokemon in this one. So design-wise, I love it. I love how fat it is. It just looks like, when I first saw it, I just smiled, which that's what, to me, when you know that they did it right. I just smiled and I'm like, oh man, this thing is a little mobster. It's literally a little Italian mobster with big old cheeks, and I'm Italian, so I can say that. I love it so much. It just reminds me, it is the dark Pokemon. It's like the dark Pokemon of Gen 1 that should have been there. Really freaking cool. I'm really happy with it. A lot of people think it's lazy to make Rattata and Raticate dark because they already were, but you know what? It's what they were, so let's just do it. Let's enhance on it. Now this Pokemon is crazy. So Jangmo-o is what I'm gonna call it. It is the scaly Pokemon. First of all, I'm just gonna go over its design first. Holy crap, absolutely, I love it. I love it. It's actually, when you see it in game, like I said, I advise you guys watch the trailer. It actually has a heart on its head. That's basically what it looks like. But I love it. I love the color scheme. Gray is my color. I'm not wearing any gray right now, but gray is my color, and it's just, it's so perfect. It really feels like an island dragon. Like, I love it. It's pure dragon type, which we don't get many of those, so I'm interested to see if it's gonna hold that typing. 65 pounds. The abilities are bulletproof and soundproof, so not sure what that's gonna say about the Pokemon itself, because it's bulletproof and it's soundproof, so it has proofing on it, I guess because of all the scales. But keep in mind, you might think those are bad abilities, but what's a hyper voice to this dragon? Nothing! Sylveon and Mega Gardevoir, if Megas are even still in the game. Sylveon, at the very least, no more hyper voice. I think this thing is a check. This is the check. You're either that or it's gonna change the meta and you're not running hyper voice anymore. Honestly, what are you running? Hyper beam? You gonna run? What are you gonna run? What are you gonna run on your Sylveon? Moonblast? That's pathetic. You can't do that. You're better off running physical Sylveon with quick attack and return at that point. Let's read through Jangmo-o's description. I'm just kidding. Jangmo-o has the pride of a warrior, although it remains humble about its capabilities. In pursuit to become stronger, it never neglects its training. Real talk, this is Vegeta. 100% of my Jangmo-os will be nicknamed. It's got the Vegeta hairline. I have the Vegeta hairline. But it's got like, is that the opposite Vegeta hairline? That's like I guess, no, it's kind of Vegeta hairline, the heart. And it doesn't, of course, Vegeta does not remain humble at all, but in its pursuit to become stronger, it never neglects its training. That really hypes me up. So this looks like the pseudo, by the way. Because Jangmo-o uses the scales on its head for both offense and defense, it never turns its back to its enemies. Many trainers see this behavior and take it as proof that Jangmo-o is a valiant Pokemon, because it never turns its back, unlike Sceptile, who's just cocky as anything. Jangmo-o gather in harsh locales, like canyons, where no other people or Pokemon are around to live together as they train. So just hordes of Jangmo-os, which I think is so cute. It's a perfect little dragon. It's going to evolve. I feel like it's gonna be the pseudo, or, I mean, I know that we were speculating, and the Nappy had thought, I talked about it with Shofu, that Puke Boy, Little Puke Cucumber was going to be the pseudo because it has the symbol for either Greater or Fire Blast on it, and it's neither fire typing nor is it great right now. So Nappy was speculating that might be the pseudo. This just screams pseudo to me, but I have a bad feeling. I guess it doesn't actually scream pseudo to me. I want it to, but I have a bad feeling this is going to be a case of Tyrantrum, or maybe it'll be good Tyrantrum. I mean, Tyrantrum's great and everything, but that rock typing just holds it back so much. But this design, please, I just need this Pokemon to be perfect. I love this. I love this dragon so much. I can't put into words how perfect of a design this is. Now, you might think the name Jangmo-o, really? Like why? What is this name? It's really not that bad. Trust me, it could get worse. Speaking of, let's move on to the next Pokemon. We have here type Null. Nope, they didn't forget to put this in the coding. They didn't forget to put the name. It is actually type Null. Now, it is the synthetic Pokemon. So at first when I saw the trailer, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, Pokemon. What are you doing? Like, type Null, this was the first Pokemon that was revealed. Type Null, what is this? It's 6'3", it's an inch taller than me. Now I'm terrified. Now I'm respecting it a little bit. The ability is Battle Armor. I really hope you have a hidden ability for type Null, I really do. See, what's interesting is the name doesn't matter too much because I'm gonna nickname the crap out of this thing. Now, what's really cool, if you've been following the theory videos that have been going around YouTube. Oh man, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna link all three of them in the description. Watch these videos. They're super long, but they're amazing. I'm sorry that I can't think of your name. Something in login. I just can't think of the name. I think it's login. I'm terrible. Whatever. They expose, and many of the YouTubers have exposed that this game is heavily influenced by alchemy. Now, this is a chimera. This 100% is a fusion of animals / Pokemon. Look at its front legs. Look at its back legs. Look at its tail fin. Look at its head. Look at its face. Now, let's read about this Pokemon before we do anything else, because I don't want to say anything and have my foot in my mouth without knowing anything. But this Pokemon, it's wearing a mask, has been dubbed Null, meaning nothing. It's a normal type. The shape of its front and hind legs are clearly different. The reason is that type Null was constructed to synthesize the strengths of various Pokemon, enabling it to adapt in any situation. The mask fitted to type Null's head is a piece of equipment designed to control its latent powers. It's extremely heavy, so it also serves to hinder type Null's agility. It's a slow Pokemon. To complete a certain mission, there was a need of a Pokemon powerful enough to rival those Pokemon often spoke of in mythology. So this Pokemon here doesn't look like it's going to evolve, but it is apparently as strong as Pokemon that are spoken of in mythology, the mythical Pokemon. Now, what does Pokemon consider the mythical Pokemon? That's the Celebes, the Mews, the Manaphes, the Arceus, all the Pokemon that you couldn't use in this past VGC format if you keep up to date, or Victini, all the Pokemon that you see coming out each month with the new cards, the new mythical openings, and the plushes and what have you. So basically a lot of the base 100s, and then a couple of other ones that sneak in there, like Arceus. So this Pokemon was literally synthesized from all different Pokemon. Now, I don't personally recognize any of these parts. I don't recognize the hind legs. I don't recognize the front legs. I don't recognize the back legs. That's right, 3 sets of legs. I don't recognize the tail. I don't recognize this cloak. Obviously, the mask is just a mask and it has a tomahawk axe on it, which is very Alolan, so I can appreciate that. I don't know, maybe it will evolve and it'll lose the mask and get really fast, but I really don't think so. All I know is that it's going to have a low speed stat, and that's going to make perfect sense because it's going to have the strength to rival mythical Pokemon. So have to have at least base 100 attack or special attack. I'm thinking physical attack. It looks like a brute force monster. It's taller than me. It weighs like 80 pounds more than me. So that's kind of terrifying in and of itself. But because of the deep ties to alchemy, this game is showing, I can really appreciate this Pokemon. Its design is obviously super funky, but that's kind of the point. It is literally a chimera. It is literally the fusion of other Pokemon. So really cool. And I wonder if we're actually going to see the Pokemon with those hind legs, with those front legs, with those back legs, with the tail. I really hope we do. Like, I hope it's not just, oh, well, these were Pokemon that we've never seen. I guess we could do that, and then maybe they'll get them in the future. But I hope that they're actually in this generation, and we can actually see which 3 Pokemon this Pokemon gets its parts from. So while the name, I wish the name was just Null instead of type Null. If the name was just Null, I would honestly be fine with it. I would be over, I'd be like, yo, this is a solid idea for Pokemon. It's alchemic, it's awesome, it's a chimera. That's great. They don't want to actually call it chimera, which I think they should, but it's type Null. I think that they should have just called it Null, but the names, don't worry. The names actually do get worse. The final Pokemon that was revealed today, there was 5. Well, no, there was only 4. There was type Null, Jangmo-o, Alolan Raticate, and then we have a mysterious presence threatening the Alola region, Ultra Beasts. In the Alola region, rumors are flying about mysterious creatures known as Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts possess mighty powers and could pose a threat to humans and Pokemon, so they are feared. It appears that the Aether Foundation is also conducting research on these Ultra Beasts. Now, we're going to talk more about that in the next video, so make sure you subscribe down below if you want to see us discuss what the Aether Foundation actually is and try to find some hidden things. According to rumor, multiple Ultra Beasts exist, each of them called by a code name. So this is UB-01, just a code name. It is not confirmed if this is a Pokemon or not. I believe it is, because when you watch the trailer, you see it as if it's in battle, but you could just battle it and it's not actually an obtainable Pokemon, which would be the first time in Pokemon history that there was a creature Pokemon-like that is a Pokemon that you can't capture. So I don't know if they would do that. They could. They're doing no gym, so who knows. UB-01, his body is composed of glass, of a glass-like substance. However, it's constantly changing shape, never setting on one. While evidence of something like a survival instinct can be observed in UB-01, no one knows if it has a will or any emotions. It's said that for some reason, its movements resemble those of a young girl. So that, I hadn't read that yet. Now it's pretty much confirmed. Lily, the girl that, I think her name is Lily, the girl that wears all white in the beginning of the game. Actually, we're on the website right now. Let's go find Alola region. Let's find characters. Where are you? Where are you? The people of Alola. Lily. Lily is a mysterious girl who assists the professor. This young girl is about the same age as her character, and she's working as Professor Cuckoo's assistant for personal reasons. She's not fond of making Pokemon fight in battles, but she loves reading and has devoured many books. Lily will play an important role in the story of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, everyone's going to say this, I'm sure they have to. Lily is UB-01. Or is related to UB-01. I think that either A, Lily controls and can communicate with the Ultra Beasts, but it resembles Lily so much with the white dress and the shape that I can't just go ahead and say that it's not going to be this. And then here's why. So alchemy, we already talked about chimeras. Well, there's also we've seen it in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, spoilers, where you combine animals with humans. So what if Lillie is a half Pokemon, an experiment, half Pokemon, half human, or essentially a crossover of the two, and you see that she's fond of reading. Is she fond of reading because she's not actually human? And she wants to learn more about humans, so that's why she's so fond of reading. I know it's kind of a stretch, what have you, but I think that's something that could totally point to her being an Ultra Beast. Now, if that's the case, then Ultra Beasts are definitely not obtainable. You're not going to capture Lillie. That would be insane. Nexus would have a field day. We can't let that happen. So the fact that Lillie will play an important role in Sun and Moon, and they say that her movement resembles that of a little girl, of a girl, it is super, super sketchy. Like, look at this. Now, the other option is that UB01 actually imitates Lillie. And that's why, like, it doesn't, considering this form isn't permanent, I can't really base too much of it on its form. Because it's constantly changing form according to this entry down here. However, it's got to be tied to Lillie somehow. Obviously, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this, the idea that perhaps Lillie is actually an Ultra Beast. That's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. So that's not it for the new Pokemon, because I wanted to show you guys on SarahB.net possible new Pokemon, Cutie Fly's evolution. Look at how adorable this thing is. Has little legs, little wings. I can dig it right here, right here. Joe pointed it out. I'm not taking credit for it. But this is potentially another Pokemon that was seen in this trailer right here. So I advise you go watch the trailer, pick it out for yourself, what have you. I'm stumped on Ultra Beast. I don't know what to think. Obviously tied to Lillie, but her movement resembles those of a young girl. Resembles Lillie's, of course. But is that because it is Lillie, or because it's mimicking Lillie, or it's just somehow tied to Lillie? I don't know. It would be really crazy. First of all, the fact that, because like the thing about this, like I can't say that it's definitely a Pokemon, because Ultra Beast possess mighty powers and could pose a threat to humans and Pokemon. So it's interesting. I think Team Skull is going to try to work with Ultra Beast? Maybe if Team Skull wants to bring death to everyone, then yes. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they've done that so many times, and they're changing so much, so why wouldn't they change the story? Ultra Beast! This game is going to be the best Pokemon game of all time. I really, truly believe that. It's going to be incredible. Now the story, like we really don't have story information, but now we know there's a threat from Ultra Beast. That's kind of crazy. Not Pokemon threatening us. It's not Kyogre and Groudon fighting. It's not someone using Palkia and Dialga to rip through space and time. It's literally just these Ultra Beasts that are just on a higher plane, potentially posing a threat to the Alola region. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to show some shady love, that thumbs down below. Let's try to crush 1,777 likes today if we can. We'll be back again for another video where we talk about the Aether region and probably touch more on these Ultra Beasts. I love you so much. I'm going to get the hashtag out of here. Have yourselves a good day. The bubble else, keep it